Hello, everybody. Welcome to our class today. Today we are joined by Vanessa, who is going to teach us how to make some cool, I'm going to say hacked food with some Cheetos. And I'll be putting the recipe in the chat, but it will also be emailed to you tomorrow. So welcome to the class. And with that, I'll let you get started, Vanessa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vanessa, and today we're going to be making 3 amazing recipes. We're going to make a flaming hot wok. We are going to make some Cool Ranch Dorito crusted chicken tenders and some crazy Mexican corn on the cob. This I love to do. This is a really fun recipe. I think all of them are really fun recipes, so I'm really excited about that. So first things first, to start off, well, before anything else, I'm on Instagram as Blame It on the Kitchen. If you guys want to check out some other recipes, you can totally check them out over there. Okay, first things first, we are going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. If you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do that right now. So I already have my oven preheating for about 5 minutes right now. So maybe I'll be a little ahead of you guys, but that's totally fine. Something else, in the recipe, I asked for a cast iron skillet. If you guys do not have one, it's completely fine. You can just use your burner, your flame. Obviously, it's going to smoke a lot more, but it's completely fine. It'll turn out the same. It'll taste the same. So yeah, and what else? Okay, let's start off with our secret ingredient for our flaming hot wok. So something that I love to do, and I learned this little secret not that long ago from one of my mentor chefs, which I work with here. So it's this amazing concentrate of lime juice and habanero juice. So what you do is basically you take your habaneros. If you guys aren't into that much of a spice, you can take serranos or jalapeno peppers. I'm going to use habaneros. So what I'm going to do is seed and stem it, and I'm going to cut it thinly sliced, very thin. And obviously, every time you're handling chiles frescos, chiles secos, never touch your face after this because you will regret it, I promise, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm seeding my habanero pepper. What I'm gonna do now is just cut it through the middle and thinly slice. If you're into that spice, to that mind-blowing spice, go ahead and leave the seeds. I cannot handle it. If I could, I would, I can't. So I'm gonna do one habanero, and I'm gonna toss that into a little bowl. And I'm gonna add two whole limes, just their juice, obviously. And I'm gonna leave that soaking for the rest of the class. You wanna really cover your habanero slices with the lime juice, just so that it's not that spicy and it just has really good acidity and heat. So I did with one habanero and 2 limes. If you're gonna do more guac, you can obviously add in more habanero, more lime. Alrighty. So we're just gonna salt this a little bit. Give it a little mixy mix. And we are going to set it aside. If you guys want to pressure with a spoon, you can totally do that. It'll be juicier. Just gonna set it to the side. And now what I'm gonna do is we're going to start off with one of my favorite parts, which is mashing a whole bunch of chips. So let's start off with our Doritos, ranch Doritos. These we are going to use for our chicken tenders. If you guys want to go ahead and add a little more ranch seasoning, you totally can. I like it just like this. What I do is just squish everything inside the bag. And in a dinner plate, I'm gonna just toss in here all of my Doritos. If you see any big chunks, just go ahead and crush those with your hands. I'm just gonna finish this off to make it a little bit smaller so that it really sticks onto the chicken, to our chicken breasts. So what I like to do is just coat them with a little egg, a little milk, and then go right to my chips. If you guys want to add a double layer, I'm doing this a little, not that fattening, even though it is. If you guys want to add another layer of crunch, you can go ahead and add some flour before you coat it with your Doritos. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Doritos. Okay, this is ready. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a bowl, a big mixing bowl, and I'm gonna use 1/4 of a cup of milk. Just 1/4, you don't need that much. If you don't wanna use milk, you do not have to. And add your eggs into your bowl, into your mixing bowl. Give it a little whisk. What this is for is so that the Doritos really stick to our chicken breast. Because if not, they'll just be floating around our sheet tray and they will burn and we won't like that. So yes, okay, just give it a little whisk. You don't need to add anything to the mixture, no salt, no pepper, because you already have all of your seasonings with your Doritos, orange Doritos. You can also do this with just natural Doritos. Or spicy, there's these really good ones with tapatio Doritos, they're so good. Okay, so once that's whisked, I'm gonna go ahead and take my chicken out of the fridge. If you guys have it outside, it's totally fine. It can sit outside for approximately 2 hours after it's thawed. My oven is ready now. So that's just perfect timing. Okay. So what I like to do with my chicken breasts, we have the whole chicken breast right here. And what I like to do is cut them into 4 to 5 pieces, just so they're really fun, bite-sized pieces. And they're easier to kind of snack on. I feel like this is like a snack-on meal that's amazing for any occasion. If you want to just do it the whole breast, you can obviously just leave it like that. You don't even have to cut it. So I'm gonna do a couple of these because I'm having some friends over. I'm making a whole bunch of amazing food today. And I bought frozen chicken, and I thought it throughout the morning. And that's perfect if you guys want to just go ahead and buy fresh chicken. That's amazing too. I try to buy organic, but since I've been moving and everything, I don't like to have refrigerator stuff outside for too long. And remember, always when we're working with proteins or with whatever food product, we always have to remember to rinse our hands and our utensils because we do not want to cross-contaminate. We do not want to get sick. That's no fun. We won't want to cook anymore. So remember to always wash your hands. Always, always after touching poultry, meat, fish. I think these are enough. All right. I am going to throw a couple of these into my egg and milk batter. Let's just throw in all of them. And let's just mix them in real good so that all of them are coated. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my tray, my knife in my hands. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so what I like to do now is grease my baking sheet. I'm gonna use just this large baking sheet right here. And I'm gonna use some olive oil and some napkin. If you guys have cooking spray, it's so much easier. I don't have any cooking spray, so I'm gonna use a napkin, a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just going to completely cover my sheet pan, edges and everything, because we got a couple of little chicken bites here. You don't want them to stick or burn. So it's perfect, evenly coated. And I'm gonna go ahead and place my tray right beside me so I can kind of go through the steps of how to make these chicken tender bites. So I'm gonna take one of my chicken pieces, cover it in my egg and milk mixture, and I'm gonna throw it onto my Doritos. Just cover it super well. You kind of press it with your hands. It's gonna be easier for them to stick. And I'm just gonna pass it to my sheet pan, and I'm gonna do that for a while. So I hope you guys are cooking with me too. And you can really do this with any chip that you guys want. I just love ranch Doritos. Doritos. You can even do this, you can even do cheese sticks with Dorito crust. More. So excited, it's gonna be so good. I'm trying to make it a little easier, faster.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited too. Thus, these are so good. I tried this recipe out again a couple of days ago, and I'm like, dude, I need to do these again. Because my friends were like, please, we have to come over the day that you cook. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna be nervous. Like, please don't. So I made it for myself first a couple of times until I mastered it. And that's why I took out the flour, to be honest, because I was coating them with flour before the Doritos. And I didn't like it. They came out like chewy. So that wasn't fun at all. So this is really excited. I'm really excited about my friends trying these. Plus, I feel like it's a little out of everyone's comfort zone, like using your favorite chips with your meal, with your chicken or with your cheese or with your whatever. It's really cool.
Kind of reminds you when you used to put chips inside your sandwich.
Exactly.
And they get crunchy.
That was my favorite thing to do all the time. I would also use Cheetos, like the cheese Cheetos. I love those. When we were at the beach, I would stuff a whole bag inside of my sandwich and my mom would be so mad. So funny. Okay. I'm about to finish with my chicken coating. I'm gonna grab a little more Doritos. You don't wanna have too little. When there are some big pieces sticking onto there, this is what are gonna be so amazing. I'm very, very excited, guys. Okay, and these are going into the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Just remember that your oven and my oven are completely different. So just remember to be checking on your chicken and on anything that you put inside of your oven all the time. I have this thing where I love to turn on fire alarms. I've been doing it for a couple of days now, so don't do that. Don't follow my footsteps. On that only, on this, yes. You will have an amazing recipe. I'm gonna rinse my hands. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven. After that, we'll clean up a little and move on to our next recipe. Since we're cooking live, we're gonna have to kind of jump around the recipes, but it's okay. I got you. Whatever questions you have, I'll be here. All right, so I'm gonna time my chicken. I'm gonna give it about 18 to 20 minutes. I'm just gonna clean up a little here. Okay. So now, for the fun part, this is the crazy Mexican corn on the cob, grilled corn on the cob that we're gonna do. I previously charred my corn just because it's traffic hour and I don't want to open the windows, and I'm telling you that I am a big fan of fire alarms. So I previously charred mine. I'm just gonna pop those in the oven with my chicken breast in another tray, but I will show you how to char your own corn in a second. So I got my baking sheet right here. This is what my charred corn looks like. I gave it a little spin in the cast iron skillet. It's amazing. It'll become tender. Look at the color difference. I'm just gonna show you. So what you wanna do with your corn is have it change to this beautiful yellow. Can you guys see how cooked it is thoroughly? This is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven so they heat up a little. Ooh, that already smells so good. Okay, peeling my corn. And what you want to do is turn on your cast iron skillet if you have one. If you do not have one, it is okay. You can just put it over the flame. You can put it over your burner. Again, Be mindful that there will be a lot of smoke. Just because you're burning corn, you're charring corn, so there's obviously smoke involved. Have that in mind. So I'm gonna turn on my burner, and I'm gonna char it very slowly because I do want to show you how to char. But yeah, so let's wait until that heats up a little, and we're gonna make our mayo mixture. So what you need here is a small mixing bowl that I have. Oh, right here. All right. So what you need is your favorite mayonnaise. I'm using Best Foods mayonnaise. I love it because it's a very neutral flavor, so you can really make it into whatever you want. You can make dressings, you can make dips, you can make sauces. So, okay, we're going to add a cup of our mayo into a bowl. We are going to add our Cotija cheese. I like to buy the whole Cotija and then break it apart. I just feel that it, I don't know, it makes it taste a lot better to me. So what I'm gonna do is crumble a little of my Cotija cheese and put it in a little separate bowl. And I am going to add this into my mayo, just crumble it in there. So I'm doing a cup of mayo and a cup of Cotija crumbled cheese. I'm gonna add my lime juice. So this mixture, you don't have to add any salt, just because your Cotija cheese is already salty. And you are going to sprinkle it with more Cotija cheese and Flaming Hot Cheetos, so it doesn't really need the salt. If you're a very salty person, just go ahead and season that. And just give it a good mix. Very, very excited. Okay, we're going to set this aside. And we're going to start crushing our Hot Flaming Cheetos, which again is one of my favorite parts. These are a little harder to crush, but it's fine. You can do it, you guys. You grab all. If you guys have a stiff top bag, you can totally use a stiff top bag. For me, it's just easier to do it with my hands. Something else that I love to use when it's not hot Cheetos, I don't know if you guys have ever tried the Funyuns, but they taste amazing with everything. On these corns on the cob, on our wok, they would be amazing. I would love to get on some Funyuns. Next time I'm gonna try it out with Funyuns. Okay, so these are ready. I'm gonna rinse my hands because I got Cheeto hands. I'm gonna take my corn out of the oven and we are going to add our spread in our corn. All right, what you want to do is just take your corn. Mine is not that hot yet, so I can grab it with my hand. What you want to do is grab your corn. You take your mayo and queso cotija mixture and you just spread it on your corn. And what I like to do is I literally coat one part and then I throw it onto the Cheetos so that they coat all of my on the cob. What we're gonna use for garnish on this, a little splash of lime, little bunch of cilantro, chopped cilantro. Beautiful. Ooh, I can smell the Doritos coming to life inside of the oven. I'm very excited. Okay, I'm grabbing my corn from the side and I'm pressing on the Flaming Hot Cheetos so that they really stick onto my corn. Gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. We have one of our corns ready, so I'm gonna just transfer it onto a little plate. There, let's do our other corn. I will do maybe 4. I will cut them in half. You guys can do however many you want. If you're gonna have a lot of guests over, you just wanna do something fun for your family, a fun little recipe for your friends. You need more mayo. I'm gonna crush a couple more Cheetos. Because I went crazy on the other corn on the cob. But it looks beautiful, so I do not regret it. Beautiful. All right. Let's evenly coat this. Okay, those look amazing. I will show them to you in a second. I'm going to chop up some cilantro. So I asked for 1 bunch of cilantro for your recipe. It calls for 1 bunch, so we're gonna split it up in 2. One of these we will use for our flaming wok, and the other we will use to garnish our corn on the cob. So what we're gonna do with our cilantro, we're gonna just tear it apart. We don't want the stem. The only thing we're using are the leaves. You literally just twist and tear. What I like to do is take my cilantro leaves, give it a little twist, fold in half, and place down on my cutting board. And just very thinly chop it so that this can help me for my garnish. So it's small pieces of cilantro leaves. Just gonna coat my hot corn on the top. Beautiful. This looks so beautiful, guys. Look. And pretty and colorful and amazing. I need to add some lime to this. Some lime. Alrighty. So now that we have that done, we're gonna move on to our Flaming Hot Wok. This is really easy. It's a really simple recipe. You guys like raw onion, you can totally go ahead and use it. If you do not want to use any raw onion, you can totally omit it. It's completely fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean my board. Clean up a little. So clean as you go so that you don't have a hard time after you're done with your class or when you're done cooking. I feel like that's the most daunting part of cooking. Like I feel like people are afraid of cooking because of the cleaning part. That's not why. So clean as you go. And you'll be just fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is our wok. I got my avocados, my perfectly ripe avocados from Northgate. These are the best avocados for anything and every occasion. They're always just perfectly beautiful. Just want you to see how beautiful they are. And easy to cut, clean, simple. I don't know if you guys remember that I taught you how to cut open avocados. It's really simple. What you want to do is take your knife and go in and just roll it through your hand. Never put the point down, always with this part, never with this part. So twist open, and there you have it. And then to remove your seed, again, never like this, always like this. So we're gonna remove the seed with this part of our knife. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jab it a little, give it a twist, and there we go. I'm gonna do that with my other avocados. Very excited, guys. What I like to do to make this easier, I like to previously cut this into small cubes, into small squares, just so that it's really easier to smash. Because then you have a hard time smashing it. I feel like then you have like huge chunks of avocado in your wok, and I don't really think anybody likes that. I mean, we all love avocado. Just don't think people like huge chunks of avocado in their wok. Again, if you don't feel safe doing this with a knife, obviously go ahead and do it with a spoon or with a fork. It's completely up to you, whatever you feel safe with. And obviously, mind your fingers, mind your hands. Remember that, yes, you want to make delicious food. We just have to always be safe when cooking. Ooh, I can smell the Doritos. Ooh, I can get some smell of the chicken tenders, and I am very excited. I'm gonna grab a spoon and toss all of my avocado into a big mixing bowl, because we're gonna mix a couple of things in here. So taking my spoon, and I'm legit just doing this, just giving it a little help. Something else that I'd love to do, because not a lot of people like raw onion. I have been noticing this for a while now. So what I like to do sometimes is add green onion. Instead of adding just yellow or red onion, I just do green. And it's amazing. I just do the stem though. So just the little green part, not the little onion bulb. And that gives it a really subtle flavor, but it's really good because it tasted fair. So that's a great tip for you guys.
Vanessa, going back to your corn, sorry. Can you use Greek yogurt instead of the mayonnaise?
Of course, you can use Greek yogurt. Again, the Cotija cheese will add a lot of depth to that flavor because it's already very salty. It's very good. It's very tangy. So the Greek yogurt will go great with it. What I would recommend maybe would be adding just a little, maybe a little couple of drops of olive oil, because what we're looking for is this fatty kind of content in your corn. So I would recommend, if you want to use Greek yogurt, just drop some 5, 6 little drops of olive oil in there, get a little mix, add your Cotija cheese, and you got it. If you're not a big fatty person, go ahead and just use Greek yogurt. Here. I am going to use red onion because I love it. Every color there is and there exists. Fan. I'm a big fan. I will never say no to onions. Let's just peel this back. And I'm going to cut into super thin slices and then super tiny cubes so that you can barely tell that there's any onion in there, but you do taste it. Okay, and into my mixture, I will not add queso cotija. I'm going to add queso fresco, which is a little less saltier. It's just gonna give it this great texture. You know, it sounds weird, but I promise when you'll try it, you won't regret it. So grab a little of your queso fresco and just big chunks of it. And do not crumble it all. Just let big chunks of that fall into there. I'm very, very excited for this, guys. No idea. I am going to clean up a little. Go. And what we're gonna do now is add in our lime juice. So remember that we have some lime juice reserved with our habanero right behind me, but I'm gonna use some lime juice before that. So I'm gonna use a couple of limes. We used 4 avocados, so about 2 limes. So for every 2 avocados that you use 1 whole lime. I always use lime when using avocado. I don't like lemon. Just because I'm not looking for a sweet flavor. I'm looking for savory, salty, tangy, another type of flavor explosion in your mouth. So always try to use, my recommendation is try to use limes whenever you're using avocado. I feel like it's more Mexican. These limes are Mexican. Limón verde is from Mexico. And limón amarillo también, but limón amarillo sweeter. Okay, let's give it a little mixing. And with your spoon, start smashing your avocado, mixing it really well with our queso fresco and your onion and the lime juice. I love to salt and pepper like crazy. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm gonna add a lot of pepper, excessive pepper, but it's completely up to you. If you guys aren't big pepper lovers, just go ahead and add a couple of crushes, not that many. And keep mixing your wok. Half of the bunch of cilantro that I asked for is for this wok. I like to mix it in until the end, just because, again, cilantro turns to a black color that I do not enjoy that much, very faster when it touches oxygen, so I like to do that towards the end. I'm gonna grab my bunch of cilantro. And what I love to do is just separate the stem from the leaves, from the flower. Give it a little twist. Finely chop. Just add a little cilantro in there. Beautiful. Okay, let me start cleaning this up because my chicken smells like it's about to be ready. My guac is ready. I want to have everything ready to show you guys. Just clean a little here. I'm gonna add, if you want to leave the habaneros in your guac, it's completely up to you. I will, because I love it. You don't have to. Your lime juice is already very habanero impregnated. So if you don't want to use your habaneros, you don't have to. I think I'm going to use about half. So just mix this in here. This is the secret to a great guac. I'm not kidding. You have to try it out. I'm very, very excited about tonight. So I'm plating. That's what I'm doing right now. I tasted a little of the guac and it's amazing. Okay. If you guys have any questions right now, it would be the perfect moment. We're going to add a couple of hot Cheetos to our guac. I'm literally just crumbling a couple in my hands. You can leave big chunks of Cheetos if you wanted this. I feel like a little kid when like you put your hand inside of the Cheeto bag and it comes out like this and you don't want to tell your mom that you ate the whole bag of Cheetos. That's what I feel like right now. So funny. I'm gonna add a little Cotija cheese to my guac just to wrap it all up.
That looks amazing.
It's beautiful. I'm very excited about this dinner tonight. I'm gonna grab a couple of my cilantro leaves and just add as garnish. Now it's time to pull my chicken out of the oven. Just want to make sure. Go. I'm very excited. Okay, let me grab the tongs because I want to show you how the chicken looks. Here are my tongs. Okay. Look at this beautiful little chicken tender. Look at that. Beautiful.
So good.
Very excited. Okay, let me plate these. And if you want a really good ranch dressing recipe, go ahead and look for me on Instagram as Blame It on the Kitchen. Right now, I'm just gonna use a regular ranch dressing. I'm gonna toss these onto a plate. Beautiful. This looks so good. I wanna like bite into one, but I know I will burn myself, so I won't do it. But I'm very excited. They feel so crunchy and so crisp. You can also air fry these. That's super cool. You guys want to add a little drizzle of olive oil on top of that before you pop it in the oven. That's really cool too. Just don't want to add more fat to the fat.
You have some people saying, oh, what if I try them with sour cream and cheddar ruffles?
Ooh, yes, that would be amazing. That would be another level recipe. That's so good.
And now then everybody loves your colorful recipes. You make us eat with our eyes.
Very happy. Very, very happy. So let's try a chicken tender, a Dorito ranch chicken tender with some ranch. I kind of want to move my phone up to here so that you guys can really see what we did today. Let me just clean this up a little. So you guys can see what we made. So I don't know if I should bring it up to the camera to you guys.
Oh, that's great. Look at that.
These are our crazy Mexican corn on the cobs. Don't they look beautiful and delicious? Colorful. Great for a summer barbecue. Now this is a guac, our flaming hot guac. Beautiful. With our flaming hot Cheetos, our Cotija cheese, our cilantro, the Habanero juice, and of course, our beautiful Dorito crusted chicken tenders. Look at that. Dipped in ranch. Look at that. Woo! Very excited, guys. I don't know if I should bite into it. I am going to bite into it.
You have to.
It's so good, but it's so hot. I can't. It's amazing. I need a little plate. I want to double dip and I know I can't. But thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions right now would be the perfect time for them. Any substitutes, I could totally help you guys out with that. Let me know.
So we do have one question. What do you think about doing it with shrimp instead of chicken?
Ooh, I feel like with shrimp, I would use something else. Like I think I would use maybe like fritos. Like the flaming hot fritos with shrimp, I feel like would be amazing. Like they would be just the perfect amount of corn, the perfect amount of spice. I feel like that would be amazing. I love that idea. I love it. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Vanessa, for hosting us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you with our partners at Frito-Lay and Unilever Best Foods for allowing this class. Oh my gosh. Potato chips and coconut. Oh my God, people are giving us great ideas. I hope to see you guys all on Thursday, where Isabella is going to teach us how to make a cherry loaf and a cherry amaretto. Can't wait to taste that. And a lot more classes are being added every day, so don't forget to check our website. And thank you all for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Enjoy. Provecho.
Gracias a ustedes.